Our This Week in XR podcast is sponsored by our friends at Zapper, the world's leading augmented reality platform and creative studio, with over 11 years of experience working with the world's biggest brands through Zapper Creative Studio. Zapper also has an award-winning web AR platform, ZapWorks, that lets you create your own mobile AR magic. Finally, check out their Zap Box, the most affordable mixed reality headset on the planet. Start creating AR over at zap.works or talk to them about your next AR project at zapper.com. Hey everyone, it's Charlie Fink and Ted Schilowitz, special edition of This Week in XR with Lucas Martell. He's the founder and CEO and director of Mighty Coconut, the maker of Walkabout Mini Golf, and we are on one of their newest courses based on 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. So Lucas, thanks for having us. This is a very unusual way for us all to hang out. You know, in the podcast, usually we're on Zoom, but here we are in VR.
Yeah, Charlie,
we're actually
practicing what we preach now, because we talk about this all the time and we do it on our own time, but we don't actually do it on the show. So hopefully this will be the beginning of something that will make a regular occurrence. But this game is so much fun and so engaging that Charlie had a brilliant idea of like, why don't we actually do it as opposed to just talk about it? So here we are. My real body is on the Paramount lot today because I'm at work at the studio, but my virtual body is at 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, which is pretty fantastic.
You're in the Nautilus.
I am.
All right. It's so funny. We'll have to balance. We'll have to balance good conversation with also making it super, super competitive, because mini golf is all about winning and destroying your opponent, as everyone knows.
All right. Well, Lucas, it looks like I'm up, so I'm going to go.
Yeah, go for it.
He got the from me.
Yeah, it looks like a tap in for me.
Up.
It's so funny.
Lucas has done this before.
Lucas is a ringer.
Yeah. I am. It's actually kind of embarrassing whenever we play from anyone.
I touched the ball, and I think my turn is over.
Okay, now I got to be very careful not to do what Charlie did and touch the ball by accident. Yes.
It has been so cool though watching, especially all the folks like on our the really hardcore players. Like if I ever try to play against any of like the tournament level players, they like 18 strokes.
Nice putt, Charlie.
Just like absolutely insane skill levels that some of them spend a lot of hours working on.
So for those that are watching the video, what we're doing is literally I'm up, just teleporting around.
Yeah, and I'm if you look around 360 degrees, you can see all different parts of the Nautilus that we're going to play through.
All right, so I'm up. Okay.
Yep.
Trying to get into that little hole there.
Yep.
Oh, looks good. Looks good.
Oh, there he goes.
Yes, very nicely done.
All right, I got to go down to the.
I'm going to
down to the bottom.
I'm going to attempt the hole-in-one path here. There's a. Almost. There's another pipe around the backside.
What about this one right here? Does that is that a good way to go?
I think that will spit you on. That'll spit you out right here. So
I'm gonna watch by the hole. I'm standing by the hole to watch you guys.
So, kind of what we're doing right now is actually also very similar. Like, one of the unexpected benefits of doing a multiplayer game like this has also been that whenever we actually are doing development, we actually just go into the space and have a lot of these conversations, literally just walking around and pointing to stuff and be like, oh, we need to shave this off right here, or we need to, it's basically just exactly like this, where we're just, kind of like walking through the space, playing it, and, doing play tests together. It is amazing for just being able to spot all of those, little things that we want to tweak. This better work. I'm going to be embarrassed if it's not.
Oh, nice shot.
All right. I don't even know where my ball is. Oh, sucks.
I don't know.
Geez, that was my ball's in the wrong spot. I'm all the way on the other side of the course. That was a terrible idea where I hit it. I completely blame Lucas for that.
Oh, that was a good shot, Charlie. That was nice. By the way, what's so fun about this for me is how quickly you forget that you're in VR. That you're just with your buddies doing something fun, and I actually think that the graphics fidelity works in your favor because we're not looking at like Call of Duty here, right? It's
right.
The colors are great, the environment's great, but it's not hyper realistic, and it doesn't take you away from the fun. It's a background that you're just kind of in to socialize and play the game, which I think is pretty great.
The physics of the game are so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it still feels very, especially because of the physics, it still feels very realistic, but I think that the simplicity also allows, like, oh yeah, where there could be all these little tiny bolts sticking out of everything. We've got some big giant rivets, but it's not like you get to bounce off of some fun stuff, and yeah, things behave in a slightly more predictable manner. But yeah, I totally agree. I think that especially for folks who are watching this just like who are just watching this on a 2D screen, you don't really get that sense of the depth and just sort of what it feels like to actually stand in a low poly space like this. But it's amazing how convincing even that low poly is.
Yeah.
And by the way, Charlie, as you get older, do you notice the same thing that I do? Because we do a lot of VR, but with every 6 months I age, I get slightly more sensitive to motion sickness. So the fact that they did a really good job of focusing on not making you sick when you move through the environment, I think is a good testament to the level of the coding.
I
and the
can't
smartness
play some of my favorite VR games anymore.
Yeah, I can't play the Servios Walking Dead stuff at all anymore because they don't have a mechanism to just teleport around. You have to move with a joystick.
You put me
I'm out.
Put me in Echo Arena for 15 minutes.
Right, and you're just like, it's the vomit comet, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that was bad.
Yeah, it's fun.
You turn so green that you have to sit down.
Yep.
That was one of the ones that I was very concerned about. I feel like the flying mechanism is actually one of the more comfortable ones for some reason. We tried a few different things.
No.
Yeah, we tried a few different things on the flying side of things, using more traditional the tank controllers or the multiple joysticks and everything. But since we're already limited to one controller, the pointing, there's something about the pointing and the physicality where it feels like you just have a little bit more control than just using your thumbs. Really seems to make it a little, it definitely feels more comfortable than a lot of other flying things, just because you're not drifting slowly, you're really moving exactly where you want. It just gives you a lot of control. So it's funny how all of the VR stuff, there's so many things that you kind of have a theory, and then until you actually get in and try it, there's still so much uncharted ground to try and find what works and what doesn't.
Uh-oh. We're tucked up against the corner, Charlie.
It's doesn't have collision.
Nice shot. Yes.
All right, here we go. And this is also a great view of the whole interior of the sub.
Yeah, I think this and the bridge were really the sort of the centerpiece. So this course was mostly, especially the architecture and the layout and everything, was designed by Don Carson. This was actually, he's a former Imagineer, mostly in the theme park world. But yeah, he had actually come and spoken to us a little bit about sort of kind of did a little hour sort of lecture just talking about theme design, and then he ended up coming on board to help. This was the very first course that he did, and then
and I think that matters so much to actually have someone with a theme park background.
What is going on? It went out.
Having someone with a theme park background that actually understands themed entertainment, that actually understands the joy moments, of this, because the simplest things make it work the best, right?
Mm-hmm. And it definitely feels like we've been leaning more into that sort of some of the mindset of theme park design. It's something that I think we were doing a little bit of it sort of naturally, or just sort of like picking up on some stuff, just sort of through the process of doing it. But he definitely sort of cemented some ideas in our heads, and just sort of like the ways that we were doing things, and just taking it up to the next level in a really, really great way. Because it really is the closest thing out there to what we're doing.
It's the third time it's gone away.
It won't let me in. If you hit replay, if you hit the B button, you'll see what it's doing.
So, Lucas, do you know how many people daily are coming in to play a round of golf these days?
Daily, I don't know exactly. I know.
Even see this.
Oh, if you teleport over and hit the.
Is it my turn
what it's
or
actually
Charlie's
doing,
turn?
Charlie?
I think it's my turn.
Looks like it's your turn, Ted. But if you hit the B button, Charlie, it'll show you what it's
doing.
No. It's actually the steam is lifting it, and it's shooting it out over the side because it's going at it too hard. But yeah, it's sort of like...
Yeah, I had to hit it softer. I hit it softer, Charlie. I'm watching you now.
That'll do it.
There you go. That's it.
Yeah.
Now it'll come through the little hole. But this is a bona fide hit, right, Lucas? I mean, you've got a lot of people in this. This is making money for you and your company now.
This has got to be based on where you are on the most popular list. This has got to be one of the 10 titles that's made over 30 million.
Oh, I could say that we definitely haven't. We definitely haven't done that. It's doing fairly well, and especially like the team has grown. We're now about 20. I forget if we're 24,
nice shot,
25,
Charlie.
somewhere right around there. So so the team has grown a good bit, but we're definitely. It's great to be able to say that we're definitely in one of those upper titles, but we're definitely not at that level yet. We're definitely not top 10 for sales and everything. But
would you say you're profitable though? Would you say you're making money at this?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're definitely profitable, and it's been really getting to the point that we're able to do the DLCs. Because this was one that just being able to add more content to the game, because we actually just did a big design retreat and we've added to our list of sort of like we were kind of building out our slate. We do think of it a lot like a movie slate in terms of like, when's our release windows for different courses? We want to get something in by a certain date for a holiday, or if it's a licensed course, you kind of need to plan around that. But yeah, we've got about 15 now that are sort of like in active development, and being able to continuously add and just sort of like have the DLC sales to sort of help fund development is really what allows us to keep making courses, so that we can hopefully keep doing this, and this just becomes an evergreen thing that we can keep doing it for forever, basically, because it doesn't seem to be any limit to the ideas that we have. So
as Charlie and I joke often, better than a real job, Lucas.
So
this is better than
Lucas,
a real job. Who
came up with the original idea to do mini golf? That said, you know what, in VR we should have mini golf.
So originally, the game was pretty much a solo project by me. So the version that released with 4 courses was pretty much solo, and then we added a couple people to build out the rest of the base game, and then now that we're in the DLCs is now when we've really got just a larger team, and also more players, more tech. There's just a lot more that goes into it that you can no longer do as a solo dev. So So it was pretty much a solo project. Yeah. So it was very much a solo project, and then I now I do much less of the hands-on stuff. But yeah, I still get fairly involved in terms of like doing a lot of doing some initial course designs and helping figure out some of the helping figure out a little bit of the tech stuff. But yeah, it's definitely gone from a solo project to being a fairly large team effort now. So, and one of the other things that we're looking forward to, we've talked about it before, so this isn't exactly something new, but it's something that we haven't, not a lot of people know about, is that the game actually started as an AR game. So the first version was something that you played on a phone, and it was using basically like the tracking of ARKit or AR Core. So basically it's sort of like you would actually hold the device and swing it like a putter in order to putt, and it works surprisingly well. And so we actually have a version of that should be launching before too long. I was planning to launch it a year and a half ago and just never had the time to put the finishing touches on it, but we're really hoping that will open it up, because there are a lot of people who only have one headset, and it's still crossplay. So if you've got one headset but 3 phones, everyone can play in a room together.
Hey, Lucas, have you had a chance to play the Golf Plus game in VR?
Yeah, I know those guys.
The
They're
Top Golf thing?
Yeah, I'm wait, are you guys hearing me okay?
Yeah, we hear you.
I hear you fine.
Oh, okay, sorry. I think I thought that I'm on a pre-build, and we were just fiddling with the mic settings, so I was hoping that I hadn't accidentally broken it. I played the top
there.
The Top Plus guys are here in town, actually, here in Austin. They're
I like it. We have a good time with it.
I definitely feel like and I grew up playing golf as well. I haven't gone out in the real world in a little while, unfortunately, but yeah, it definitely. It's funny, we don't, and I don't think that they do either, really sort of think of the two games as sort of like direct competition, because they are doing big golf, we're doing mini golf, and it really is like two totally different games that appeal to different audiences for different reasons. So,
but there may be people like me who do both.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I play both of these. I think they're great.
Yeah.
I got one of the little
external
controllers. I got one of the little controller things for the golf thing. And it's a little clunky, but it kind of works. You know, like you have a real grip and you can actually hit the ball.
I sent mine back. Didn't like it.
Yeah, it's not perfect, but it kind of works. Like I'm hoping for someone to get it really right.
There's a couple that are really good. I'm trying to remember the brand names of a couple of the ones, but a few of them work better. It also does seem to work a little bit better for putting, just because you're not physically sort of whipping that thing around quite as much. Right. Yeah. I am kind of curious, how do you guys feel going back and forth between the two games? Because the physics are different, and the couple of times that I have picked up Golf Plus, it's always taken me a little while to sort of deprogram myself, but I wonder how much of that is just the sheer number of hours that I've spent in this game.
It's the sheer number of hours. I think, oh my God.
What I could tell you for sure is that this putting simulator is way better. Their putting is not the strength of their game. The full shots and the wedge shots and watching it go in the water when you hit it bad is all pretty realistic, pretty good simulation. But the fact, I mean, I guess because the physics are much more obvious here, they have heat lines and they show you where the breaks are, but it never really seems to work that accurately. Like when I hit this, that's a pretty accurate shot, and I hit it right where I aimed it, and that's about like if I was really playing it, that would be about the speed I would really hit it. So that's a very good physics simulation. They don't quite get that on the golf one.
Yeah, we're definitely doing a lot of optimization, knowing that we're on a very consistent carpeted surface, and just sort of like how all of there's a lot of extras that are going in on top of the physics system in terms of making sure that it's behaving like it should. But yeah,
you should talk to them about licensing your physics model to their putting, and say, physics provided by Walk Around Golf or something.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting though, because so we've got with our beta group, they're like many of the most kind of serious players, and we had made a change a couple of weeks ago that we were just fixing a little bug, but it inadvertently caused like the slightest change in the weight of the ball, which caused on like a 60-foot putt, it would become like a 55-foot putt, and they were all like, whoa, what did you do? It was just like, that's how dialed in a lot of those players are to just how accurate their sense of distance and line and everything is.
Oh, come on!
Exactly, yeah. And the slightest little
nowhere
thing.
Near as good at you as this, Lucas.
No. Well, he's played a couple more times.
He's played a few more times than we have.
I rarely get a chance, though, to really go through and play the full. We make a point to do it a couple of times, but so much of the process is always getting in and fixing trouble spots that I rarely get a chance to really kind of go through an entire round from start to finish. So.
Yeah, Charlie, you and I have the same strategy on this one. Play it safe.
What are we going to do?
I know.
There aren't many other choices here.
Oh, that was pretty good, though. That was good. All right, there's a tap in.
That was pretty good. There you go.
That's pretty good. Charlie, how big of a physical space are you as you're playing this? Because I'm in a pretty big space at the studio, so I'm curious how big of a physical space you're in.
I'm, probably in a 10 by 10 space. So
Okay, so you're in a good size space.
not small.
Yeah.
Do you guys find in VR that you tend to both walk and teleport, or do you just tend to stay in the same spot and just do one?
I for sure walk. I definitely move around all the time.
Yeah.
I teleport mostly.
It's just my natural
for some
sort of
reason.
sense of.
Oh, look at that, Lucas.
Did Lucas make a hole in one?
He did.
Lucas
made a hole in one. I'm not.
Harry,
I'm not
this
surprised.
is
a tough hole. Oh, they did the replay. That's cool.
Oh, he got it. Ted got a hole in one.
No, I haven't hit it yet. That was Lucas.
That was
That was
replay?
my replay. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm hitting
replay
right now.
of your hole in one.
Ted wasn't here to witness.
I choked. I have to do a redo.
Here I go. Hope.
Okay. Nice, Charlie. Oh, almost.
Yeah, I missed.
Where's
but yeah, it's funny. That's the
to go again.
You get to go again.
Yeah.
One of the things that I found. Oh, nice. That'll do it.
That was good.
Yeah, one of the things that I seem to have noticed in different games is that either I'll just try to be completely stationary and let it go, but like especially in
Charlie. Oh.
I always tend to lose myself in like gravity sketches where we actually do a lot of the level designs, and so you're actually physically walking around and grabbing things, and it's just so much easier to physically walk around your space. But whenever I take the headset off, especially after I've been in VR for, even 20 minutes or so, you quickly get to the point where just sort of like, where am I? What am I? You take your headset off and like, I'm in a totally different part of the house than I thought I was. So
Right. Yeah, that happens to me a lot too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, Lucas, other than this game, what are some of your other favorite VR games? Because Charlie and I definitely have our favorites, so we can tell people as well.
Ooh, let's see. A couple other ones that I really love. Fisherman's Tale was one of the earlier ones that I really like. I was actually at IndieCade Europe with the creator of that. But yeah, Fisherman's
I like
Tale
the big and small spaces, that you were a giant and then you were little and all that stuff. It's very clever.
Yeah. The thing that I tend to keep coming back to myself are those games that sort of like they seem like they take an interesting mechanic that works really, really well in VR and builds sort of a game around that mechanic. There's some other great examples as well. Like Moss is another one that sort of like, it's just a
I like Moss a
platformer,
lot.
but something about that space that you're in just really makes it like way bigger than the sum of its parts, if it's the only way I can really explain it. Nice shot.
Thanks.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm trying to
Charlie,
think
what
of,
about you? What's your favorite VR games these days?
I like Warbirds, but I can't play it for more than 15 minutes.
I tell you, my still all-time favorite.
I mean, my number
VR
one all-time favorite is still Where Thoughts Go. I think it's one of the few genuine works of art in VR. No offense, Lucas.
Yep.
But yeah, well, hey.
Mine still
golf
by
can't
far
always be the.
Can't always be the favorite. My still by far, both for tethered VR and now Quest VR, is Robo Recall. I still think that is the best game that has the best physics. Now, given it's Epic's first-party title, so they had effectively unlimited budget to do it. But I think that's the high watermark. I think that's what every VR developer should look at as the thing that works the best for that style of gameplay. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, very nice.
Nice long cut, Charlie.
And through the steam too.
Yeah.
Which is definitely a complicated factor. Yeah.
Offsetting steam here.
I am very curious to see how VR development progresses over the next few years, but in particular, just sort of like in that AAA space, there's just a lot of folks who are wanting more of that, and it seems like we're starting to get some, at least ports of other AAA games, but there's more and more first-party sort of like AAA things that are starting to get made. I am just really curious how sort of VR, I mean, right now it really is a great space for indies just because you can, you could put something out and be one of the a relatively small number versus if you just released it on Steam, you're one of the 1,000 titles that released that day.
Right.
So yeah,
you can cut through the noise in VR a little easier.
Yeah.
Oh, at least it
nice shot,
saved
Lucas.
you. Really unfair.
My turn.
Gosh darn mini golf.
What about non-games? Do you guys find yourself using any of the using VR for anything that's not straight gaming?
Yeah.
We've been trying to use it for meetings and socialization. Like we hop into Altspace, we hop into VR chat. We've been attempting back and forth to do Horizons through their various builds and sort of throes of panic of like, why can't they get it right?
Workrooms is unusable, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I guess, they're putting a lot more money in to try and make it better. But so far, I think just having fun is the better approach, It's like, this just works. Because I would totally do a meeting in here. Like, I think you could have a little support group meeting or a team building meeting in here.
Yeah.
Totally.
Well, I'm really excited because they've added, at least on Quest, you can now pop up a web window or a web view in 3D space and sort of have that floating around with you.
Is it my turn?
We already have a lot of
I think
people
so.
who are coming in to walk about and doing meetings in here. It's sort of like, oh, this was just one of the, you've got a Zoom call, you've got a dedicated workrooms meeting, or you've got walkabout as one of them. But I'm very curious to see if more people start using it for business, especially once you can pop up a web view and like you could pull up Asana or whatever it is that you're using and sort of like actually. Oof.
Nice. Oh, almost. Yeah, I'll see if I can get my team to do a little team building exercise in here. You should, if you can get us all codes, I'll bring everybody in.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Oh,
That was pretty good, Charlie.
yeah. It's not in the
Charlie,
hole.
Your golf personality in VR is just like your golf personality in real life. It's so funny. Hyper competitive.
Do you
Oh yeah, that's in there.
do you see the table behind you, Ted?
Yeah.
The captain's table? It's so cool.
Yes, it's amazing. Yeah, I love it. It's clearly there was someone from Disney that worked on this, right? It's like, you gotta have all the little touches.
I know it looks like the Haunted Mansion dinner table.
Yeah, it does kind of. Yeah. By the way, have you thought about doing? Of course, it's already Halloween, Lucas. But have you thought about doing a horror-themed golf course?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Oh, it might be coming, Charlie. I might have just revealed something. That might be the next thing we get
Like I
to
said,
play.
there's a solid 15 courses that are in active development right now. So,
Nice.
yes, there's a decent, and we're trying to do a variety of, like, we're introducing some new mechanics that are super fun, especially getting into a few things that you could really only do in VR.
Nice.
But
All right, so Lucas, I'm going to ask for a little caddy help here. What would you suggest? Because I see the steamers. So what would you?
Okay.
Am I supposed to hit it into that steam pipe and let it get sucked in?
the path to the left, is definitely the simpler
That's the
one to
spot.
hit. The path to the right, going up the oven, will put you in a better spot with a slim chance at a hole-in-one. But you've got to
All right,
get it,
I'm gonna-
getting it into the oven is definitely harder.
I'm going to play the odds. Oh, it didn't get it. Oh, it didn't grab it. I need to hit it harder. Okay.
Oh man,
All right, Charlie, that was a
Try
good tip
going
for you.
back.
You got to hit it harder than that.
I'm not. I'm
Oh,
going the hard
of
way.
course he knows what he's doing. Nice.
I'm gonna follow the master.
You're going to see if you can get the harder shot in there? Look how it goes. Look, it goes
Oh,
all the way
it's
through.
missed.
Oh, almost a hole-in-one. That was close. And how do you determine, like, the collisions and the randomness
for
of it all?
God's sakes.
Well, from a technical standpoint, one of the things
I
that
should have
we
practiced
learned...
before I played you guys.
Sorry, Lucas. Go ahead.
Oh, no. From a technical standpoint, we just put colliders on everything. The original
Got it.
version of the game didn't have that, but then we found that there were ways that we could optimize some things that basically everything has a collider on it.
Everything collides. Right.
Exactly, yeah. Like we've got some trick shotters that'll actually bounce it, that like run along the pipe at the top and just do some really crazy stuff.
Nice.
And that does add just like a big fun factor that we try to add that possibility. As far as like whole design though, that's always a balance of like you want it to feel purposeful, but you also want to give it that real world, like things don't always go like you guys both came out of the same pipe, but it's still sort of like, it put you in a slightly
doesn't go to the
spot
exact
just
same
because,
spot. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah, because that's chaos theory.
Yep.
Very nice.
Thanks.
But yeah, there's, especially as we've gotten some more complicated designs, that's definitely kind of one of the ongoing, challenges, questions of just sort of like how much do you want to sort of like create that perfect shot, but also sometimes some of the simpler holes and some of the simpler courses are also just as much fun. Because it's sort of like it leaves it more up to the player that, it's a relatively simple hole, you play it however you want, but how you do it's way more up to you to get right and get yourself out of trouble if you put yourself in a bad corner or something.
Right. And what's your background? What did you do before this?
So my background, I am an animation writer director. So I made a short film called Pigeon Impossible that was the basis for Spies in Disguise, which was the last Fox Blue Sky movie before Disney. Actually, it premiered right after Disney bought them.
I was there when they were making that. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah. But yeah, so I was sort of following that path and was doing a lot of pitching, a couple other projects set up at various different places. I still have a couple of projects on that side of things. But this project with a little...
Oh, you broke up a little bit there.
Yeah.
Lost your
audio.
Lucas is having a... Yeah.
There, is that better?
Yeah,
yes.
Better.
I think, I think I just had an internet hiccup. But yeah, so this project was actually just sort of a little COVID side project to keep me sane. So we had already had a version of it, a demo of it up and working, but then when COVID hit, like I need something to keep my hands busy. It was also right when, things kind of shut down. It was before they realized, oh, wait a second, animation can be done anytime, any place, remotely. So everyone was still kind of figuring that out, so...
If you come out here, you could see the sea monster on the 18th hole.
Oh, okay. Let me go take a quick peek. Oh, yeah. Oh, there he is
Isn't that
down
awesome?
there. I'm like literally walking the plank.
Yep.
Yeah, it's great. Wow, look at that. That's amazing.
He's animated.
Because I love the fact that
you feel like you can reach out and
spatial.
grab this railing with your hand.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And is this built in Unity, Lucas? Is this Unity?
It's built in Unity, and then we're using a mix of like Blender and Maya and everything for all the ads. A pretty significant amount of the team did come from the animated features, animated series world, just because that's most of the people that I knew, and a lot of them had been either working in, kind of related to what they're doing now, or had even done a couple of games themselves. So there's a lot of crossover there on the skill set side of things. So.
Right. All right, Charlie, I saw what Lucas did here, and I'm going to try and mirror what he did.
Good idea.
Oh, my gosh.
Too
hard. It bounced back onto the course.
It's back!
You are a freaking lucky duck, my friend.
Yeah,
just like
lucky duck.
That's why we put collisions on everything, because you never know.
Yeah, it worked. Charlie's got it right. Charlie figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Ooh. Nice. Oh, almost.
Good shot.
Almost.
The steam's always it takes a while to get used to exactly how you were just using
that was
all
the
of
second
the
break you're getting, baby.
I know. Oh yeah, that's the right shot, Charlie. Oh, you almost made it. That was close.
Oh well.
But I do have to say, I do think that kind of coming from a different industry has actually been kind of good for this game. It definitely makes us think about things that in a different way, or, I mean, especially coming from the animation world, probably the nicest thing for me has been that we kind of get to build all these worlds, but it's also not spending 4 or 5 years entirely in that world. It's so nice to be able to sort of like, to do a variety of stuff. And, just when you're sort of like, you've spent a good bit of time in one place, it's okay, you get to wrap it up and move on to the next one. Which is not to say that, that animation is it could just be the amount of time that goes into an animated feature is just such a massive amount of time that it's a really kind of nice breath of fresh air.
Quick iteration matters, right?
Like
it's good for the creative spirit, and it's interesting. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and we do actually make a point to try to move. Like, you don't want to sort of like We want to do a lot of different courses on a lot of new stuff, and sometimes we try things and find that they don't work, and then quickly move along. But it's very different than.
Wow. All right, so this is a timing one. So you got to time it like that. Oh yeah. Maybe. Oh.
You got away with it.
Terrible. I got away with it. I did.
This is
Lucas
not the spot you want to be at.
You're stymied. You're behind the box. Oh, nice play. I don't know where Charlie is. Oh, Charlie's got to tap in?
Hit again.
Oh.
No, I got to hit again. And I'm screwed again. Nope.
No! It's cool from my angle, Charlie. I can see what yours is doing. It's pretty neat. Oh, nice. Oh, nice.
The gods helped me. The gods helped me.
I thought it was going to go in the hole. Let's see. I can stand right on top of this box, right? Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Yes.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
That is definitely one of the, it takes a long time to dial in the physics, but that's the great thing about doing a physics-based game is that once you have it, there's just so many of those things and those moments that you don't even have to build in or prepare for. You just sort of like you let people go anywhere and try anything, and every once in a while you get some magic that comes out of it. So
yeah. Well, when we say if physics are good, it feels real, right? And the thing about VR is when it feels real, it's really fantastic. And when it doesn't, it screws with your head, it screws with your body. So it's like, it's a big deal when someone puts the energy into doing it right,
Yeah, and like I said, there's definitely a lot going on sort of under the hood to just sort of like dial in sort of like the default physics and add in all those little things that you would really notice if it wasn't or maybe you wouldn't really notice it, but it would add up to feel a little less realistic than it should.
Yeah. What hole are we on, guys?
This is 17.
Oh, we're almost done. Okay. Wonder how many people will actually watch the whole round, just like they're watching golf on CBS. Do we have a score? Like, if we're just to the last hole,
look at your wrist. Look at your wrist.
Your wristwatch.
I'm -8. Charlie, what are you?
You could also hit A to go up to the score card.
I'm -15.
Nice. I'm not. Are you really? No.
No, I'm awful.
And Lucas, what are you? What are you at?
I'm -15.
Oh,
yeah, I'm not saying what my score is.
There's no chance we're winning, Charlie. No chance we're winning.
No.
Oh, I got that though. That's a birdie. I think that's a birdie.
The same thing happens when you play with Ryan Engel from Golf Plus.
Oh, he just like unabashedly just smokes you without apology.
Crushes it.
In you.
Pretty much. He plays too much real golf.
Right.
All right, let's see how this works, Lucas.
You got a birdie too, Charlie. That was good. All right, this one is a little tricky, right?
Yeah.
Is it my turn? No.
I think it is actually, because you got the first birdie.
All right, what do I do here, Lucas? Do I try and get it in the monster's mouth?
Well, probably don't want to do that.
Okay. What do I do?
Have you played this one before?
No, I haven't played. I've never got to the 18th hole.
You've never even played this course before. Oh, so this was.
No, I played the course. I just didn't get all the way to the end.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I would recommend using the glass bowl.
So just go off to the right there.
Yeah, right is usually the.
Okay. Uh-oh. 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 Did I get eaten? Oh,
Yes.
I have to go. Oh, no.
Down to Davy Jones' locker with that.
Oh, nice shot. Have to go again? Oh, no, it's Charlie's turn. Oh, nice one, Charlie.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, it's a beauty. So I have to go again from the tee. It's like a
Yep.
like a out of bounds ball.
Yep.
We don't give you a penalty stroke for going out of bounds. That's the.
That was better.
We decided to break typical mini golf convention.
Where did I go?
You get to
I
hit
apologize
again.
for that one. That felt a little mean.
Oh, I have to go again from the tee.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. This one is challenging.
Yes, this is the hardest hole, I think.
There we go. That's better, right? Okay.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
That's a little better. All right. Now let's see if I can make this. Yes. Oh, lip out.
Ooh.
Just like the real thing. All right.
All right.
Very nice.
Double bogey. Oh, painful.
Where'd you guys
All right.
go? Oh, there you are.
We went up to Godview now, so we're probably just standing on
I
top
came in
of each
second
other.
place. Charlie, we're only 2 strokes apart, just like real golf.
Oh, well. This was really fun, Lucas. Thank you
Yeah.
for hosting
Thank
this.
you guys for coming in. Yeah.
And look,
Yeah,
at the end, you
such
get
a
to see the
blast.
whole God view of the whole course. See that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we just
Yeah.
played. It's great.
This is incredible. I love this art.
That was fun.
Yeah.
This was definitely
The
the
whole-
best part of
and-
my day, Charlie. Today.
Well, you know what I'm doing this afternoon that's really off the wall? I'm going for a test flight with Red 6.
Oh, that's
So
right.
we're taking
Okay.
off in a little trainer jet from Santa Monica Airport, and we're going to fight against AR adversaries. They told
Oh,
me in
interesting.
the instruction sheet, do not eat for at least 3 hours before your flight.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you do not want anything in your belly. I sent you, Charlie. Didn't I send you the YouTube video of James Corden doing it with Tom Cruise?
Yes.
Did you ever watch it?
Yes, it's not
Oh
going to
my
be
God.
like that, I hope. I'm doing it with somebody from MIT Technology Review, so I'm hoping they'll take it easy on us.
Oh, I'm sure you're gonna have a
Okay.
really good time. Make sure you shoot lots of video for us so we can see.
Oh, yeah. Lucas, great
Awesome.
seeing
Okay,
you.
well, this
Thank
was
you
fun,
for
guys.
hosting us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks
All right.
for
Have a
having us
great
in your
afternoon,
game.
and thanks for watching, everybody.